Well, hello, and welcome. This is Joanne with the Jewel Design, and we are here today with, well, a very beigey, grungy, random journal project. I went looking through my stuff and went, okay, what do I want to work on? What's in my random files, or my junk, or my, whatever. And I found this digital kit. Sorry, I was looking to see if I had anything else in here. I always find little things tucked away. I made this lovely... I have to try to make this again. This was sort of cute, which I see it's already coming apart. Ooh, that's not good. This was a cute white cat kit digital that I made one year, but her sizes are different than ours, and so when I printed it to fit, didn't quite work. So I had to get different. That's something cute to try to redo one of these days. That's a fun experiment. Sorry, I digress, as I say. I think I realized I goofed up and I cut the tabs off of this one by accident. I realized I needed a tab, but it tucked in. It wasn't the best of instructions. And so I had to work that in. And I've had it for, probably good 2 years made. But that would be a fun thing to duplicate. Anyway. Anyway. That's a cute flow. But anyway, I'm always checking things to see what I have in which departments to rework. Sometimes I have cute ephemera tucked in somewhere that we can use and tweak, so I was looking. But I printed out, again, probably good 2 years ago, easily, a digital page kit from my Porch prints. And I never did get back to this. Sorry guys, I'm looking through stuff. Oh, that's right, I made that cute Valentine. I know, it's that time of year. It's February, right? So I was making cute Valentine kit envelopes. And I didn't get back to it. Oh, cute. Because this one is in my Valentine Amour journal kit. And so I was like, oh, that's a cute little goodie. Oh, but here it is. It is. So this should be Saturday. This should be Valentine's for you. So happy Valentine's. Happy Galentine's. Happy love yourself. Take care of yourself. Self-care. Whatever you want to call it. It's always a good thing, and I know I'm digressing and I'm getting side. I went to go back to look at something real quick and went, I was looking to see, I thought I had more papers of this to use, because I think we need front cover. Well, not to work on. So, anyway, this is in my Porch prints. She did some journal pages, both journal size and vertical. I've done them both. I've tweaked them. I've played with them. So what I ended up doing was I ended up printing a bunch on really thin paper by accident. And so I backed them. I ended up gluing them front to back. And just to keep it together and just be done with it, I sewed it together, right? But I'm thinking. We're going to untie it. We're going to wrap some handmade, at least that's what they tell me, handmade sort of distressed paper. It's a little whiter than I would like. Now, I could try to sprinkle it down with tea and stuff like that. And then we get back to it. I haven't decided how much, but we could just brush ink. We could just ink it too. So the edges are done. It's a little peachier than I like. It's not very brown for the distressed, but it's a handmade paper, I believe, and so you can sort of tell in its texture. And so I think actually let's go the more textured stuff on the outside. It is a little wider than my kit here, which is fine. I think we're going to fold it back, either front or back, and tuck it in. But it is not correct on the top and bottom, and I like that idea. I'm liking that we have a rough edge, and you can sort of see the papers underneath. I think we're going to fold this back to give us a little bit of a tuck, or just a decor piece to make the edges a little thicker. I do want to sort of see if we can work in my tag pocket, right? Decorate this. But everything's sort of beigey, a little bit of blush, a little bit of pink blush in it, because it does have some hints of pink in this journal kit, or orangey, pinky, butterfly, whatever. It's very explorer, new, what is it, industrial and scientific, whatever. Hold on one sec. Google. Hey, Google. Volume 1. I never like it when I'm competing with the piano there, but it's roses and letters and explorer and age of technology, right? It's very, I don't know. I love it. It's a very cool thing. I'll look it up and see if she still has it in the shop, what this page kit was, because I know she did journal page size, and she did, I think, tall skinny. And so I was looking to see, I think I've done a few tall skinnies where I've added the pages into things, but I never know where I had it last. I always have things printed, and I never remember what was here last. Oh, I think I see it. But she did a number of fun little, what's the word? Just sort of random pages. So that you could, yeah, see, here's her tall skinny journal pages. Which, what we're doing right now, I could turn around and do a version of it skinny too. But very old world French document. I did it for, I think I put these type of pages in, in that mushroom secretarial when we did Traveler's Notebook. I think I worked some of those in at the time. So I was just seeing what was here to see if there was anything we could cut out to help create some kind of topper, truthfully. I mean, you know, hate to cut into pages, but at the same time, you know, if you need decor, you need decor. So I don't like this one. Okay, I'll leave it aside and see what we do. But I pulled out everything sort of beige, brown, antique, gold, bronze, all that jazz, to sort of work on a journal. It's not even a full journal. It's really just a fun sort of lookbook, artsy thing that we're going to work on today. It has a little bit of I was looking to see what else I had here. It does have a little bit of, I do have some pages. Oh, that's my purple pages. But look, I have some of my own butterflies, but I think we're going to keep to a grungier. I mean, I have these colors, which would probably work. But they're a little bit more modern in style, so I don't know. Ooh, our due date book thing. Maybe. I keep dropping one. Those are the brighter reading ones that we have in both shops. Oh my god. Yeah, I made these digital, so when you can't get them from us because you're outside the U.S. And then we have the 2026 reading ones that are pre-designed or laid out in the shop. Well, those are over in the shop, but these are the due date ones. Mine are a little different, but we have a version of this that's made by the manufacturer, and then there's my digital version. Okay, anyway, maybe if I really needed something, but this is not super tall, so it's a little hard to get a certain amount of whatever in there. But I was making sure I didn't have anything else. I did a lot of gathering, but as you can see, I'm not always perfect, right? Okay, so yes, we have buttons and cutouts and silly cards just to tuck, I needed some things we definitely need to tighten up and make darker. They're a little too bright. And other things are just, I've got labels and letters and flowers and all kinds of hardware here. Faux and whatnot. Brads. At some point we're going to want to do something like this in the front maybe. I don't know. I just have things. I just have stuff and I want it to just go with the flow. Where did the other one go? I thought I had a third one. Maybe not. I swear I had a third one. But I seem to be dropping stuff, so it's not a good thing. I lost one. I had a third option. I know I had a third option. Oh, well. I see I'm losing my mind already. Isn't that lovely? Making sure I didn't. It's probably right in front of me when I grabbed everything, or I dropped it to the floor. Because it seems to be making that kind of day. But it's a Saturday morning. And so we're here, we're crafting, we're enjoying. We're having a good old time. I definitely went and looked for old things that I haven't used in a while. Scraps from when I made this could make for a fun indent. But the pages are, a little writable. I mean, there are some that you can write on, but then there's like gaps. So my thought was just to go here and layer with materials, with fussy cuts, just to sort of enhance the pages, and then adding, lace and things like that to the edges. But keeping it to black, browns, beiges, a little bit of the, I think this is as far as I can go. Maybe, right? I mean, the front cover has a little bit of pink in it. So if I wanted to decorate the first page a little bit, I could. Like, there's a little bit of pink I can add into here. I did pull out one of my scrap golden green, but I don't think any green came out in any of this. That's like a burgundy color. It's really more pink. I don't think there's any green in here. Not that I couldn't add it, because it does red and orange and green are pretty, but if I wanted, this would be one of those pages where I could add some color, right? But I want it sort of messy. I want it grungy. I want it just, I just want to lay it out there, right? I just want to do it. I don't really want to be too, oh my gosh, it has to be perfect kind of deal. So that was sort of the thought for the day. It really was. Sorry. That third journal card is throwing me off wherever it went. I'm like, it's bugging me that I can't figure out where to put it. But I only have so much time to play today. So, we better get to it, right? Hope you're all doing well. I hope you guys are, you know, taking time for yourself today. Whether it's to be with loved ones, whether it's to be by yourself, whether it's self-care. Oh, there it is. See? I knew it was there. It's crafting. It's whatever it may be. This one has a butterfly in the coloring that I sort of want to use. Everything's very neutral. Browns, beiges, grunge. It's not colorful today, guys. I'm sorry. I know it's Valentine's and there's no pink, there's no red in the day. That was that was last week. We did Valentine's last week because I wasn't sure if I was going to get to any of it. So the fact that I am so happy that we did coffee sleeves on Wednesday. Sorry about that, abrupt, whatever. And then photos went up and fun things like that. Oh, I did the double. Okay. Oh. So I am pulling this apart and we are going to redo. Maybe. Okay, good. I was like, oh, please. This is a good testament to whether or not you did what you're supposed to do correctly and you didn't pull a thread. I didn't. Yay. Okay. I want to match it up and get the same holes in here. Now, this is the opportune time, though, to add anything else to this because I don't know whether I want to tab this in. I'm almost tempted to put a tab, like a tab here to make it more of a flip thing where, yes, you can write on and tuck something into it, but we're sort of working in something. And so I might, to bring it forward, want to break this up. Now, some of these pages were just barely glued together, so we might pull them apart a little bit to tuck in lace. I'm thinking I want to do some black lace tucked in between the pages and re-glued back together. I want to do that in a few spots. If it's coming loose, we're going to utilize that and we're going to make it, put it in our favor. Most of these are pretty good, actually. It's just that one. How funny is that? Okay. So one, let's see, we have 1, we have 2, we have 3, we have 4. So halfway here, I'm thinking we can do, doesn't have to be very wide on either one. We can do this here and decorate it. And then we don't have to do too much on the other side. Now we can either cover, like use it as part, rip it to glue it down, put lace over it, makes it very decorative, which is fine because this is our pocket, right? Or vice versa, do it. Yeah, no, we'd have to, I think we'll do it on that side. Okay, so we are going to, we do this a lot when we do flip-flops. You can have different size papers, and sometimes it's totally decorative page on one side, and it is, I hate to do that to her. Hopefully you guys, so sorry about that. You heard that, huh? But at least it's still recording. Woohoo! Right, it's still recording. Oh, yes, it is. Okay. I'm all shoot. I'm like, shoot, I don't know. It seems to be every time I try to do a video, someone wants to get my attention. And it's like, no, I just talked to you. We have to be good. That's what happened. But I needed to take that phone call on Wednesday. I was like, oh, man, okay. But it was a good spot. I thought I was done, and I couldn't figure out what to do with it, what else to do. But the moment, of course, I stopped and was on the phone call having to kill time, I was able to finish that coffee sleeve, so that was great. Okay, so I still want to ink this, and I want to ink it pretty good, I think, because what's the word? I don't want it too white over this, and to where it's such a, I don't know, imposition where it doesn't look good when it's rolled over. Now I do have a line down there, but that's okay. I think we're going to decorate that too in an interesting way. Give me a second. Hold on, guys. So sorry. There we go. Okay. Sorry. Hopefully I'm like, oh good, she texted me. I'm like, yes, and I'll call you back later. I want, good Lord. Okay, so I want to go top to bottom, but not all the way. So maybe what we'll do is we'll definitely cut it down to match, or I'm just going to rip it down to match the height of the scraps, gosh, of the tag, because we don't really want it bigger than the tag. So I wanted to have this in. I was like, oh, how am I going to get this in here? There we go. And if I'm careful, I'm actually going to. I hate to do this, what I'm about to do. I don't think I'm gonna do it. I want a little bit of an angle because it's not perfect. I mean, it's not like, what's the word? It's at the top there. There we go. So that gives us this, which gives us a great stepping stone to tuck lace over and under, and then put, cluster butterflies, something on here to go with the rest of it. Flowers, butterflies, it's gonna be one of our definitely our heavier, funner moments. Anything white I'm going to ink. Even the black and white, I think we're going to ink over it so it's not so white. So we're going to try that. I need to glue just enough of this. And we're going to do a little off the, I just realized I can't go all the way. Cannot glue it all the way over, because if we do, where am I at? There we go. Ugh. Things everywhere. Cleaning things. Oh, it's the cutest little cup, though. It's supposed to be for a cute little votive. I think that's the right word. Holder. And of course, it was a sample piece, and now it's becoming one of my little holders. Okay, so yeah, I can't go all the way down. I just realized I can. I don't want to completely glue it down all the way over, because then I can't tuck anything underneath it, and I also cannot press it up against the seam, because then it's going to get in the way of the sew job. So we have to go out just a little bit, so as to not, so it doesn't get in the way. Ah, come on! No! I know it's such an old school habit to go up against things, and I was like, no, I need to have a little bit of room. I'm hoping this is not, yeah, that's all I need. If this goes again and I have to start over, I'm like, oh, guys, I'm done. I'm not filming anymore. I don't know. Of course, I get creative and I get a moment and the world wants my attention. Usually it goes, though, right? You have all the time in the world and can't seem to do anything, and no one wants you. And then you go, okay, you know what? I'm going to do this, and this. And you get going, and everybody comes out of the woodworks. Usually how my business goes too. I have technically like the graphic design side, which I will want to work on digitals and maybe I take on like a client, or me and my mom are working on a project. And then, yes, the little clients all come out of the woodworks. And I'm very appreciative. But at the same time, I'm like, but where were you, like, I don't know, like 2 weeks ago when I had nothing going on? Okay, so we have this here. We have that sort of halfway through to help sort of pull the coloring from that. Now we can either put pockets, journal cards. Ooh, I have a double-sided pocket on that one. I have an idea what I do with them. But that's the whole point. I am literally just going, what do I have and where am I pulling it from? We have these cards, and I can do them back to back if I wanted to. or even stagger them because they're beige. Normally you would put these in them, but these are a little bright in color. Like the brown is great, but the florals are a little prettier than what we're dealing with. Oops, wrong one. Oh, I know what I could do. Because I know that it's pre-stuck, but what we could do, I wanted to do something with this. I wanted to stack our little mini envelopes in a way that we could use them. And so maybe, like on this side, to cover up the fact that the other side has tape on it, like we could do a double here and put cute things in them, stuff on them. I decide if I want to put the brown up there and the beige down here. Doesn't really matter, I guess. One half does the other. Another thing we could do, go like this. That way it is really tight. Could go where we put something in here, which keeps that closed. I'm curious if these fit. Decorate up the moth. Put it in here. And that, because it sticks up, it keeps that flap open. So when you pull it out, then you could open up and pull little things out of here. That's sort of a cute idea too, right? But that sort of covers that side. Helps us put that on that side. Let's put a thumb notch on that. So I think we're going to decorate that tab with some cute. This is going to be our pocket tab. Tab work on both ends. Okay. And we can let it sit high or low. Now, because we are doing 1, 2, 3, and 4, we can center most pages, knowing they'll at least get 2 holes into them. If you went low enough, you might be able to get a third one in, but I think it's going to be a little tight, and I don't really want to rip out the bottom. So we're going to keep it centered. Okay. And since we now have new pages, including this one, we're going to reinforce those holes by clipping everything in place and trying to, what's the word? Final, there we go. Reinforce it with some clips so it doesn't move, which has been my tough thing lately. And that's in the way, it is in the way, but it's what it is. I love these cute little clips, but I am noticing they're not as tight in what I wanted. Oh, there we go. It still keeps them together. And yes, when you put it in the cradle, it sort of does, but if you don't keep them, what's the word? In place, your holes move, which I've done. I've got to pull them apart because I had no choice. And then I was like, oh, well, that doesn't work. So where's my awl? There we go. So I'm just going to go right back through the holes that are already here, which is great. And I can feel it. I can feel where it indents, I hope, right? And now, yeah, hopefully my pages haven't moved too badly. Okay. Pull through. We won't get to the cover today, that's for sure. But we now have this beautiful page to darken up, stencil, layer. I'll have to find, wait, I have to make some kind of pretty generic topper of some sort. I could try to find the paper and try to see, maybe get like her, or I have her, and I think a secondary picture of her to put on across the top, maybe. And print her on vellum and like Mod Podge it on or something. We'll have to do something interesting. I know this is already in here and it'd be fun to be able to do it off of it, but I want to make sure it's glued in and that we have what we want, or sewn in, and we have everything we want. So now we have a tab in the middle, so we can add fun pockets so they don't coincide with the pages. So the pages themselves we can just decorate and have the cutest little book. That's all it is. I'm just using a product. At this point, I'm just using a product. I do have some generic print papers, pads. Some of this might be helpful to the letters and stuff, just to layer here. Maybe we strip and layer a little bit, or rip it and collage on that. The way it's being sewn in, I can pull it out by itself, and that'd be fun, actually. All these ideas are flowing through my head, and of course I'll have to get off. And at the moment I do, of course, like, I won't have time to come back to it, and it'll be like, what was that again? What did I want to do? But what are we all doing today? What are we doing? Were we out and about? Were we with family, friends, kiddos, grandkids? Do you have a self-care regiment? on a day like today? Watching me, was that it? Was that your self-care for the day? Hopefully got your creative juices going. I don't know. Ugh, maybe I'll actually be able to get back, because I always, you know, I pre-record these somewhat ahead of time. I don't always get to, once in a while I actually get to craft the morning of the day I put it up, but that's usually pretty rare. If that's the case, I'm stressed, I'm timed out, I have too much going on. Now, let's see, I think we're in the bottoms, we can tie the bow. Yeah, tie the bow up here. We're not going to go on the outside this time. Last time I left it on the outside. This time we're going to leave it on the inside, and we'll tie the bow on the inside to blend in with her hair. Oh, that came up tight, didn't it? Ooh, okay. That's the only downside where that hole was. You know, it didn't have a cover at the time, so the cover barely comes in here. Now, we might want to wrap lace over this to make sure that, okay, so in this case, I bring the string up so I know it's out of the way. So when I punch back through this hole, I am less likely to go right through my thread. Because if you split your thread, you can't, see, I split my thread. You can't tighten up your ordeal. So you just unthread it. Luckily, nothing's permanent. Haha. Especially if you catch it right away. And I mean, I got through it, but I also got through the thing. So it's apparently, let's see, I fixed it. All right, but I don't need that much of a tail. Let's see. That tail's a little too much. Let's tighten that up. Aha, beautiful. So luckily when I pushed through, I brought it up above where I was, and I could see exactly where I threaded it. Because when you split your thread and you go to tighten it up later, you can't. It won't let you. It fights against itself. So, yeah, always just make sure that you have a good chance of not doing it. So you go down the bottom. Nice thing is you tie it back up in the middle to cover this space. Yeah, I love doing these especially if I'm going to do charms or, we have when I'm doing multiple signatures, sorry, it's all sirens. This definitely leads to really pretty multiple spine work. But for whatever reason, I just did it because I think I didn't have really nothing else going on. So I thought, well, why not? And if by some thin chance, which I think I just did, I split this one, I can fix it, but it's also the bottom. And so if I can tighten it up from everywhere else, it's not that big of a deal. So really, you can go one way. You can come up here. If you left yourself enough space, you can come to the top and tie it, or I can tie it right in the middle to bring it together. So you don't want to, sometimes I come back up here and tie it because it's a little easier. It's going to be easier if I just come from the top. What you do when you do this, it helps you be able to tighten it up and be able to make that bow. And yes, these nails are long and I'm struggling. I haven't done real length of nails in a while. And so, but they're fun for a few days. Okay, so there we go. Now we have a beautiful bow sitting up here amongst her hair. And if it didn't get in the way, you could glue it down very specifically to make it part of the decor. Like, if you have a way, like you could do something with it and make it part of the page that you're dealing with, right? So there's that. Okay. So now, hopefully all went well. But yeah, when you have a printer, but you don't know how to do, if you get digitals from somebody, or you aren't able to do front and back, take your pages. You can either cut them first and then glue them back to back, or you can glue them back to back the best you can, and then trim them. So I am definitely, before I go too much farther, adding more to the edges because it's a very white handmade paper. It was supposed to be a vintage antique, like dyed paper. And it's still very white. And the tips are just barely with a peachy color. I was like, I was looking for coffee dyed, tea dyed paper. And Amazon was supposed to be from a store type thing. You know, someone's paper store through Amazon, but like, really? All right, so where do we need to do this? I want to be a little bit outside, not much. I'm trying to eyeball how far I want to go. And of course, evenly would be nice, but now the front, I think I'm just going to do it, and we're going to glue it down and decorate it with some strips of paper so that the front has a little weight here on the end, so we don't feel like we're going to, you know, it's going to help hold this all together. Line camera, yes, okay. So we're going to do that. Now, being the paper that it is, I think we could do either one. We could do fabric tack because it feels like more of a actual, you know, handmade paper. Which feels like fabric a little bit, so that's sort of cool. And see, so now when we strip it, if I do a collage strip there in any manner, I almost want to do, it's so pretty, but it's maybe a little too elegant, and wrap it around. But I think I need some kind of paper rip, torn something here, right? So I feel like we need, everything needs to be really grungy, ripped, torn, not perfect. Yeah, we can have some, we have some fussy cuts, and we have some things that, you know, are perfectly done, which is a nice juxtaposition. I don't know. I always say that one right, wrong to, you know, what we're doing. Okay, so there's that. And then, and that is very dark. Now we could lighten it up with our favorite ecru. Wrap it over nice and light before we do the cover. What is this? I have this. I have all kinds of fun stuff. I pulled out everything I could find. And this was trimmed off from some project I had. I mean, that would be sort of cool. If I want texture here, just to give us something interesting, right, and a little bit of weight. That'd be cool. Okay, well, we'll see. I know the other ends that are a mess here, but I think this all bunched up cool in corners is a nice clustering, whatever. People do it all the time. They take the string and they just right, do the whole bunchy thing, which I don't even know how do you do that? Like you sort of make your ratty nest and glue it down, and then you could put, you know, then you can put charms and fussies, and you could totally, I got a little one. I don't have a small one, do I? As small as I get, but like you do that, you get it's texture behind something, right? And it's just something to do, which is always fun. So we'll put that over there. Ooh, I'm sort of seeing. I wonder if that and a little like slice of lace behind it. I don't know more scraps of this, but like, you know, a little square of that on top of that, and you know, we have a beautiful little cluster, right? It's just fun, different textures to give us what we want. So that has potential. Okay. I didn't pull like the, you know, like I had a chunk of that, which on some of these pages, it'd actually be really pretty. Like that one has this great look. I don't know. A little fancy, but you never know. Huge. We have that, which could be fun in the front as a part of our layering. I really do want to see if I can find, she had 2 images like this, I think, in this kit. This is only a couple of the pages. I know I had more. There's 2, 4, 6, and 8. I want to say there's a few more. that I shoved into another, what's the word, into a completely different journal. Something weird. I think it went to I think it went into the Traveler's Notebook mushroom one. I needed a few pages, and I swear that's where I put it. So, who knows, right? I'm trying to get a little bit of brown in here so it's not so obvious. So yeah, we'll try to create some kind of a journal card in here, and we've got that pocket. Go ahead and go all the way down. Let's see, what do I want to put in here? I think we're working on the insert today, guys. At the rate I'm going. Where am I at? 35 minutes in, yeah, of course. All right. I don't know. Too many things. I have a lot of things running through my head. So this is not a plan. This is a crap with me. This is nothing but a fun, use it up project. Found pages I had. Found this little journal that when I was cleaning up, probably beginning the middle of last year. I went, okay, I have these. Let me just glue them together and sew them up so they're off to the side and they're safe and ready for the next project, right? That's all they needed to be. I really want to put this in here. Don't ask me why. I wanted to put the black in here, but I don't know. I think I'm going to cut it in half because I don't really want to waste the whole thing. I think we're going to cut it in half because it is repetitive. Goes both ways all the way down. So that way the other half could be used for scraps and clusters elsewhere. There we go. Because this is one of my favorites and I don't have a lot of it. I want it to stick out, and it won't be quite half. I think I'm going to be a little off here, but we're tucking it under, so it doesn't have to be perfect. But I think what I want to do is just have this little bit of this florally scallop stick out. So I'm going to throw 2 pieces of paper, leave the edges open, tuck in a nice lacy scallop trim, half of it, whatever you want to do. Tuck it in between, and it sort of makes it a peekaboo type lace. But because instead of trying to pick which side you put the lace on, which side what side do I put the lace on, right? What page do I want to put the lace on? Sometimes it's easy because you're like, well, that needs to be written on, so we're going to put it on the side that's decorative. Other times you're like, well, then it feels like we only see it from one side, or it just you're debating and competing and trying to figure out where to put it. And so sometimes if you have the opportunity, where we are gluing pages together, we get to hide it amongst the pages. And then we'll just trim the edges to work in our favor. But see, now we have this lovely little scrap, whatever. I accidentally clasped my thingy into my thing lately too. I've had way too much coffee lately, people. I think I need to pull back on the coffee. Well, I had a day where I got up and actually had a green tea. I had a matcha, which, little to no, well, definitely less caffeine, but it wasn't really what I wanted. So I came home and had a cup of coffee, but I made the cup of coffee and then end up, on a massive side note, mowing the lawn and trimming it and putting weed and feed on it, because we're in between what do you want to call it, storms. And Tuesday, Wednesday storm wasn't that big, so things weren't soaking wet. Well, it's supposed to be today and into tomorrow. I'd sort of put it out to tomorrow, but it could be raining for the next 5 days. Let's see. And I was like, well, I was supposed to do it this Tuesday coming up, and I'm like, well, I can't do it if it's wet and soaking wet. So when you take your day, so doing on the Saturday you thought you were going to do it on, and you don't want to do it on, I didn't want to do yard work on Valentine's, and then it's like, well, it's supposed to rain when I'm supposed to do it next, and so I ran with it. So sometimes you just are like, I'm on a roll, and you get all kinds of stuff done, but it sort of bumps your metabolism and it bumps your energy. You're like, maybe a video wasn't the smartest move today. No, it's all good. And it looks like I did, most of these things I did pre-ink, thank God. Like, please tell me I pre-inked it. Sorry, I just want to make sure that corner was what it was supposed to be. I did corner it for the most part because a lot of these, my portraits naturally gives you sort of that rounded book page feel. So I just ran with it everywhere I could. If I didn't cut it by hand, I went ahead and went back and did it, or tried to go back and do it. Sometimes, because the way your two pages line up, you really don't get a clean whatever. Okay. I wanted to do that because it was coming undone. Nothing else seems to be coming undone, but as we're working on it, if we see a corner or a section, just go in there with your glue. Clean it up, make it pretty again. Okay, so there's that. And you just see a bit of peekaboo of that. The back, I was thinking more pocket-ish. And, well, not like pocket, but tuck, like a light tuck. It's a small tuck, it's not a huge tuck. But we can just glue top and bottom. And if something comes across, papers, documents, something that we feel would help, like, thicken the back cover. And yes, I went a little wide on the glue on these. So in case whatever we put in here has a chance of staying put. But we have a little tuck that we will also decorate. Again, some kind of scrappy strip here. I'm just working it. But yeah, so today our Valentine's is to be chick flicks, and we're doing hamburger-shaped, heart-shaped hamburgers and heart-shaped potato, like, fries and a salad. My daughter found it. Someone posted on Instagram. Cut everything out in heart shapes and cook it up. And even the tomatoes, you cut them as hearts. It's super cute. So we're going to try that. Cross our fingers, right? We're going to cut everything out. The largest heart I have for the hamburgers so they don't shrink too badly. And the hamburger buns, right? We're going to cut right through them. And then I've got two other sizes that we can do, like tomatoes and the potatoes and all that fun stuff. Okay. So this has a semi, front cover, which is great. But this is where I could put go across the bottom. It already has something, so I hate to, like, just these little guys are super cute, though, in between it. How much do I want to cut this one up, huh? What if? I know, sort of a bummer, but nice thing about this wider European lace we bought, you can do fun stuff like this. Just find the shapes, find the edges, and cut it out. Who cares? Oh, that would be cute. We can do it down there to sort of enhance the bottom and bring some of the pink down. We're going to turn it a little bit off. I want the one leaf down, one leaf up. And there we go. Let's make sure I don't have it upside down. So there's that. Now, my big thing this time is to make sure. Now, the bummer part is if I want to put brads and stuff through any of this, we're going to see it. So unless I pull it apart in the bottom, see if I can pull the two apart, put a brad through it, and why? And then you hide it, right? Or, sorry, fingernails are not going to let me pick it up, aren't I? There we go. And that's just pretty. It's a purpley black, I'm not sure what, but being sort of florally. I'm liking the idea. I'm running with it. I mean, I could put it up here and make it a little bit more prominent on the some things we're just gonna do today. I am just crafting it. It's like, nope, that's a thought. I'm gonna leave it over there. It leaves me open to do something else somewhere else, right? I like the idea of it right there, since it is sort of a latch. I have square and I have circle brads. And I have silver, gold, brown, whatever. I got a circle, which I could just put right through the middle of it and make it part of that piece. But I swear I pulled out the squares too. The square would be nice. Oh, there it is. And it's an antique gold. Square could be a diamond in the middle there. So I guess the question is, can I get in between? Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm busy. She needed something right now. I'm like, I'm so sorry. The world wanted my attention. I'm like, okay, well. It was one of those, I said I did say, well, I'm filming. I can't get to it right now. We're all trying to do, we're getting into the season of chaperoning and field trips and, project mode with the kids. And, we have to be cleared. Because they've done quite, there we go. Let's see if I can do this, if it'll let me. I'm just hoping there's an air pocket in here. Oh, please, please, please. Please. This is the joy of the joy and the bummer of using a glue stick. It is going to come up sooner or later. As much as we love it to last forever, it doesn't. But anyway, we have to do all these things. And she's a substitute teacher on occasion. So she has certain clearance there. And because, her daughter's a year ahead of mine, as a freshman, she went in there and took care of stuff because of the school, right? Because of the field trips of needing for sports. And so all of a sudden they're like, oh, well, you need all new paperwork. And she's like, do you have the right person? Are you sure? Like, I swear I just did this. And they keep changing, of course, requirements. The district doesn't know what they're doing. And they thought they had got away with it, and then they realized they didn't. They didn't do enough, so now they're backtracking. Or, California law keeps making changes. So something keeps changing. And it's really annoying. And I'm going to use the awl very carefully to get this started without poking all the way through. There we go. And anyway, so she needed to take care of something. I said, well, I just did this and this. Like, I don't, this is all I had to do. And she's like, ugh. But of course, as I started the video, she's like, any chance you can print this out? And I was like, yeah. But I was like, I'm sure, but I've got to call you back. And so, luckily, our other BFF is also in town. And, okay, come on, come on, come on, come on. Well, I guess I could go the same way with it. I was trying to spread out the prongs so that, there we go. Oh my goodness, right? Wasn't my smartest idea. Of course, like I said, I get excited and decide I want to craft. And I decided to put long nails on this before. It's really funny. I have been okay busy. Nothing too crazy lately, and had short little nails, and I'm like, I'm done. They all hurt. I need to protect them. So I'm going to go for something longer. I'm not going to be that busy. I'm going to be quiet from here. I thought I had everything done. And then it's like everything in the world. I decided to do it all. Okay, so we have a brad in here, which, what it is. But I don't want to see that brad, right? So it's why you hide it behind something. You always want to think before you do it. I never do. I always forget. I go to do something and then I'm like, but I don't want to see the backside of that brad. I really don't. And I never remember to do it in time. I always forget, and then I do all the layers or I do whatever, and I'm like, I can't hide it anymore. Shoot. So I'm very stoked. I was able to undo this just enough. And, with the fabric tack, it helps make the page a little thicker than just, promise I've got an air pocket. I mean, I need the air pocket, but I don't need the air pocket. The air pocket's in the wrong spot. Come on. That sounds lovely crunchy. Okay. So anyway, I'm just stoked. I'm like, okay, let me get in here. And anyway, so yeah, luckily she got it, but she did get it. So bad. I feel so sorry. Oh. Okay, so we've got a button up here. We've got a gold little brad down here, the diamond, because I love it. They're actually squares, but of course you turn it sideways and you got a diamond, right? So we have some decor here. That's it. I just want to go through and find stuff, and I just want to like enhance things. I already had flower, I already had leaves down here, so I just wanted to add a little more, right? Add just a little more of something. And ta-da. Well, that is a writing page, so I definitely don't want to cover this part much, but we have to decide if there's anything I have that we can enhance, top or bottom. So now we have a bump there, which is not where it writes. We write up here, so at least in that sense, that's not in the way. I love this piece. I'm really thinking we're gonna do some, I'm gonna do some interesting layering something with this piece. Actually, it would be fun. I wonder if we could, like, lap it, cluster it. Don't need that. Definitely don't need the bottom. There we go. I'm gonna ink this. This is why sometimes you guys don't get to see a whole lot with me on camera, because I bounce around. I see a piece of paper, I see a thought or a process, and I'm like, I would like to see that over there. Or I would want that over here. Or how does that look with this? And I bounce around a lot. Might trim it off a little bit, but I want to be able to see the flower, most of the flower, some of the flower. I'm trying to get it timed, plopped just right. Where, it's just a leaf. We could tear it. That'd be perfect there. I'm going to do a cluster back here, I think, to help bring this in. And if you do it right, it also will help maybe expand the bottom of the pocket a little bit. So where the, I'll definitely want to put something in there. It just works. I had a thought, I have a little one. Now if I wanted to bring the black back here, I could do that. Flower here. And we need a brad or something in there, because definitely don't want that middle just sitting there, but I don't want to go tuck it in any farther. Oh, I don't have to push it all the way through. There's already a natural hole here. From what reason, I don't know. No clue why there's a hole in this one, but we're going to use it to our advantage. And then, let's see, we just... Ugh, come on. These I've had forever, too. A lot of the stuff I've had for like 6 years now. It will be 6 years in March. A lot of stuff we started gathering and collecting as I thought I was going into this, into this field a while back. And, but this one will need a pearl or something in it. I need something in the middle of that one, because usually these are stacked and layered within each other. With the charms, I don't want to, I mean, I could sew a charm on the bottom of that. No one says I can't sew it in where it dangles from the middle, but it's a lot of work. Try to see what other, that's just too big. Cute, but too big, I think. I wanted to use this on the front cover. Love these. These are like a silvery pearl with a bronzy antique wraparound. But I think, I want to work that into the front knob. Now I could put a black on black, which just gives it more personality, right? Not so much of a contrast. I may pull stuff, but I'm not sure if I have enough of what I pulled. I like it. It does make it bumpy, though. And for the back cover, to be bumpy right there. I mean, really, I don't think I really only have that one page that can be written on. Really, and I may not, so we may not even leave it that way, but Yeah, really, this is the only, besides the cover itself, like there's here and here, and that's really the only writing space. So unless you put, we could decide to put a piece of coffee dyed here, or more of this, you know, in the middle of areas that really are just writing in the background to give us writing space, which we have to decide. It's writing, but maybe again we put a patch of stuff in some places, so we could write. Well, I like that idea. Since we have this, we have some scraps left over, huh? Tea dye them up a little bit, because that's writable there. Yeah, I think we're going to be putting little splotches of writing paper to write on in places now, because I have all this stuff, and I'm like, well, I mean, yes, I can decorate it, don't get me wrong, but we can enhance what's already here. We can not block the images and enhance those areas out and around. I really want to put this back here, but I have a feeling it's just going to be too much. I do not have my glue pad down today. Not that we're doing a whole lot, but I need to, what? 2 different things. Hold on. I think it's more so I don't get ink everywhere, but why would I do that? I think because lately, every time I turn around, this pad keeps bunching up. Hold on. This is very white. I want more brown, beigey writing on black than I want. Because even she's using more of a brown sepia than an actual true black in the works, right? Sometimes black is great, or it's charcoal. It's charcoal, it's gray, it's not really, you know, or it's sepia, which is more of a brown in this case. And so we don't have black and white. There we go. I love that. Came out dark in some places, light in others, which is even better. And let's put a little hole through the middle so I can get the thing in it. And yes, if you do this first, you can flatten the prongs out in the back. Try to line them up with a petal, maybe. However, best way possible. And then glue it down. I really do love that. But is it going to be, well, you know what, who cares? I think we're just going to go for it. I am not going to waste time and energy. All right, so, under, over. Let's just get some glue down. Get this where I think I want it, where I feel it's not going to be super hindered on certain spots. Whatever my little, whatever I envisioned here, right? But yeah, so there was some excess strips when we were doing this off the edge, right? And I just left it because I was like, you know, it's sort of cool. I don't think I want to just, I was trying to do that differently, but oh well. It's not what I wanted. I'm like, I wanted the difference, but oh well. I figured, you know, we did this right. I would use it as some weird cluster later. I figured I would. Now, we need a little bit more definition here. I want a little harder. These are a nice, crinkly, papery flower. Probably was Michael's way back when they did more of this. They've really walked away from a lot of this, which is a bummer. So, you know, I don't know. And I don't know if Hobby Lobby really picked up the ball or not. I don't. Hobby Lobby is too big sometimes, and it's a good 45-minute drive for me to get to one of them, so it's like, ugh. All right, there we go. All right, I haven't found this kind of crinkly, papery flower yet, so all right. So now we want to make sure we've got this and that. Like I said, it's going to help expand out a little bit. I wanted it like that, go up a little bit. I am using glitter glue. I'm not glitter glue. I'm using Fabri-Tac quite a bit because we have a lot of different material. I think we have a lot of even having different types of papers. Sometimes our glitter glue, it just is that, and I mean, sorry, Fabri-Tac is just sort of the better option. It just works better, you know, just to make sure everything jives together and works. Now I'm going to probably turn it, that's right up above. Yes, okay. Now this is a little harder because it is in a very bumpy way. Pushing up against the bracket, going up against the bottom of the cluster. And whatever I have here is just getting pressed down. But I do need to get to the rest of it. I didn't quite glue down. Okay. Well, let's see what we can do here. Because the brads can sometimes be bumpy underneath, it's hard to get any real good hold of what's underneath it. So if we get enough of this, which I just realized I gotta be careful because some of this, it goes out too far. And I may not want glue on all of it. All right, here we go. I'm gonna wipe away whatever underneath. Just realized I don't want glued down. All right, because I don't want it glued down. I want this an extension of the pocket. Will help us tuck something into it. Decorates back here. And if I want, either continue. That almost fits there perfectly, huh? That's sort of cute. I thought I had another one, or a set of them. Which one? No, they're shorter though. That one just happens to be the right size. We were talking about adding a little bit more clusters, right? So where's that black? I'm wondering if we do a little bit of this underneath and tuck it right up underneath the before it totally sets in and I can't get it back down again. Ooh, ta-da. Ta-da, ta-da, ta-da. We have the dark all the way up, and it looks like there's a reason for it. We didn't just slap. I mean, we did, but I never know where it's going. And this is I think truly when we get to sit down and just craft, we go all over the board. We work on all kinds of different things. We don't work on what we thought we were going to work on. Because usually, the eureka moment ends up elsewhere. It just does. It doesn't go where we expect it to, and it doesn't do what it's supposed to do. And I definitely feel like I do this structured, teach tutorial. I have a purpose to the crafting videos that, I don't. Then I get off the camera, and I go to town. Because there's a flow going now, and I just do, and I'm doing this, and I'm over here, and I'm over here, and oh, I'm doing this, and 2 hours can go by later, and I've gotten way more done than what I ever got done in the video, but that's okay. So we have this beautiful piece where we can put a document. We can put a few of these, or something like this. Now we can even. So we could even line some of this with some coffee dyed paper, fold it up, and put it in here. And weasel, and that could be a fun writing document in here, in half, or probably no one wants the weasel part, so maybe we'll do it in thirds and we'll tuck it in. So we will put, while we're doing other things, we'll put coffee dye on that. No, those are in the wrong direction, huh? I was like, wait, I was looking to see, and I don't want to waste that per se. Okay, so that's something we'll do. So we'll put a sort of document paper in there that we can write on. Okay, so that's working there. Loving it. That brown and beige and black and just pulling it through. Okay. Front cover will be another video. I'll get a better feel for what I want to do, whether it's Mod Podging, transparency printout, clusters, scrappy paper from all the letters. We'll find a way to sort of thicken this up and add more color to it and layer it up so it's not so light and flimsy. What am I at? I probably should get going here. 1 hour and 4 already of simply figuring out how to tab that in, working on this, and adding in that. See? I don't know. I don't know. Alright. Yeah, that's too small. I mean, I can cover up some things. That's good. That's fine. That would need a strip. Still not quite wide enough, huh? Nice thing being the paper that it is. We're gonna fold and rip it. Now these can also be turned into pockets. But we can ink it and glue it down. And now we have a writing space. And decorate over and under it. And we have, you know, this nice little we definitely have a contrast. We definitely have, because this is so light. Though I am going to, I have to darken it up a little bit. Putting all my different sizes here. Here we go. We're going to, so we're going to do pockets of this throughout. This nice thick linen paper that's making this page writable. Because who wants to even the smallest book should have some kind of journaling moment, right? And though the pages have that beautiful writing in it, and I hate to cover it up, I feel that we should have the space to do the actual writing on, right? And then we'll have pockets here. So there's writing here, pockets of stuff here. Writing space. Definitely gotta decorate. Hold on, let me see something here. There's a perfect framed piece right here. Now, I don't know if this is too much. Maybe this is too much. Maybe go half. Maybe figure eighted it between your fingers, right? And then grasp it. Because I saw the frame right here that really had nothing in it, right? I could darken it up with the black lace behind it. Or lighten it up with a piece of beige lace. Let's see, which way do we want to go? This lace has a definitely, I mean, I could cut it to fit inside it and then cluster it and you do what you do. Again, we're going to try to bring down some of that white. It's one thing to have, I think, some light colored lace, but even then I'm looking at that going, I don't know. I guess it covers up the whole thing. Again, I have to cut too much off. I was looking at the lace sample to see if it was shorter, not as wide, right? No, it's not. Ooh, hold on. It's funny, every time I try to do something, something else pops up, right? And I think that's how it should be sometimes. I really think, nope, I have the right way, okay. I feel that sometimes just going with it and you see something and you run with it is so much funner. That's why it's, you know, sometimes I think it's so hard to do things on video camera because juices aren't always the same. But you get to see my very sporadic what I would do if I wasn't on camera. Creative moment. It is a off the cuff, here you go, chit chat a little bit. Trying to make something out of papers that were left over that I printed out, have to use, and I want to, you know. Let's see if we can get this clustered on here a little messier within reason, but where you can see it. This is a little harder because it is so thin. You do have to try to get, there we go, something on top, sort of pressed down. Sorry about the finger. That was bad. So sorry. Okay. So there's this document frame page that didn't have anything on it. Didn't have a document or anything on it. I mean, to have really fun, I could start putting some stickle down, but this is a lighter copy paper. And yeah, like I said, there was a problem. I printed all this and I ended up on the wrong paper. Or I think I knew I was going to do a sort of a double-sided, so I went for the thinner paper. So it feels a little thicker when we were done. So there we go. Isn't that cute? It's on our lace page. We got the first of that. Gotta be careful though, that it is a little thick. So what I'm wondering is we might need to glue a little bit more of this down. The petals and stuff need a little down here, I think, need to be anchored down so we don't take a chance of catching. I just realized my fingers caught that just right, and I was like, And we can always trim this down more if I had to. If this is too tall, there's plenty of room on this document where we can rip around the edges of the words and then just put the coffee dye paper in the middle where you can still see that there are words on the outside, like we've been doing with everything else. So I'm not too worried about that. I just want to make sure, because I want to make sure that it doesn't keep popping up. So the front cover ended up a lot wider than the back. A lot wider. And that's totally glued down, isn't it? Well, shoot. I needed this to come out farther, and I ended up a lot tighter. It's like right there with the book. But the front cover, I goofed up on that then, huh? Well, that's bugging me. But it does let us put the prong in here and maybe whatever wrap, so that when we go to wrap around to keep things closed, it might be beneficial. Oh well, we'll just do more lacing from the back. You can see more. Oh goodness. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Well, we are doing a lovely oddball whatever, right? I feel like this page, maybe this page, or maybe even this one. I feel like we need to paper clip, bulldog clip something here that can be removed. Some kind of large journal card that we could remove. Not this, of course, not the, isn't this cute though? Something like this, something large that can, withstand over here. Paper and paper. But I have a bunch of cute, that's cute, but I have probably plenty of paper, cardstock, packaging, something. See, that's, those. Oh yeah, okay. Aha. I know it means we have to decorate it, but maybe even more clustering. But I feel like we need to do something a little wider, so we can utilize this page. I wish I had cardboard cover. Yeah, I get cover up both sides, or at least one side, probably both. Do a little bit of both on this one. But we will need to put something here, but we can take it off, write on it, put it back, but you do see it down below. So that'll be fun. Something like sticking up on the top. We're gonna have double pockets here. I need 1/2-inch hole punch. I want to make sure we can get into this easily, or easier. The only way to do it is to put a hole punch in it. I'm not going to get too heavy with the, what do you want to call it today? Too many pockets. But I felt like, what else are we going to do here, right? So why not make it a pocket. Let's see, we're going on this end, right? So let's not completely take the back off. And they come with this, but maybe one of the first sets we did, and I don't know how long I've had this. Oh, come on. There we go. Now, I'm not going to go all the way because I have a feeling that I don't want to, yeah. I don't want to have stickies at the moment until I'm ready to do the other side and make sure those pages are prepped the way I want. Those pockets aren't quite not done right. Then I have the sticky back that now is getting stuck to everything but where we want it to. So I'm only going to do, why is this so hard? I mean, I'm glad the covers don't come off that easy, but there we go. Pull it out, lay it down, there we go. We'll do this, and then later that'll help us put it all together, right? So when we go to cover, now, what I am noticing is that though everything sticks up, and I do not need a pocket behind a pocket right now. I really don't. I'm in no desire to do another pocket. We have this one pocket, we have the double, what do you want to call them, the back side, so the double envelopes here. So if we decide to stick to this cute, which I'm going to darken this up, this is a light cream, which we got one set of them, and then the rest came defective. I was really unhappy, so we're stuck with white. But if I do this perfectly upright, that would be the look. But you know what? As much as I want to stick this in here, which I think we're going to have other pockets, I really like the idea of this stacked and covered differently. I like the idea of them more like this, and you can open them up both. Now this opens up and stays open. Nope, I think we're going to leave them closed. So we're going to do this just right, where they're going to, you know, sort of overlap like this. And they're not in the way of the fold, but they cover most of the sticky potential at a cute angle. So that's sort of where they need to go. And then, you know, decorate the flap. But we're going to want to do some decorating on these before we glue them down. For sure. Because if we do it any other way, we will regret it. We'll be like, man, that's not what I wanted to do. So we're going to do this so that I don't lose it, but I remember they go there. Well, there's plenty, I guess we'll have a couple videos of this. I'll keep it to the, you know, I'll get some stance of the front cover. Ways, you know, see what I come up with and see if there is, you know, a vellum Mod Podge effect that we can do with any imagery. Or we will, you know, collage and then maybe a vellum piece and something, you know, something like that. We'll see some techniques. I'll look to see what I've got going and how we want to do this. All the way around, that may help us cover up some of the darker black if we do collage clusters of letters and documents. This is a great thing to do. Tear and cluster that across. I will look for an image, print another page to get a feminine image that we can put on the front. Maybe it is a vellum piece, something like that, so it's sort of light and see-through. And we can cluster. Was I thinking what did I do with it? I'm staring at it. I know I am. The doily. Maybe, oh, there it is. Maybe between the vellum and the doily on top of the papers, you know, we can do something along with our bracket here. And of course, sorry silk to wrap it around and keep it tight. So we have some thoughts. I have some thoughts, but I'll figure out what to do with this, and we'll walk, and you'll come back and walk through it with me as we do the cover. I will get all the little pieces of paper plopped into place. We will work on this on another round. We will decorate and fill our library card pocket here, right? We'll decorate that up. Yeah, it's sort of a bummer. I didn't think about that, but I didn't completely glue it down, so we're gonna have to cover that up a little bit. Maybe we'll ink it with something. Sorry, look at the butterflies I had. But we could put, you know, a cluster of flowers up here. It's got to, you know, to hide the fact that it's, you know, it's a little plain up there. Then you get to put your piece in here. And then this side has the double ordeal. So yeah, I'll leave this up here to remind me that we might cover that up there with some butterfly or some flowers and a butterfly or something. I think I put the one little butterfly already here, but maybe we could. Yeah, let's see if we can get another butterfly and flowers on the top here to hide that. This is fine. Don't really mind this as much. And it might be nice contrast once we get this decorated. So those all need to be covered. So that's a video. We'll do a full, hopefully I can come up with a fun technique to do, or fun combo technique to decorate the front, decorate the covers. I will get all the rest of the white paper clusters throughout so we know where we want to write. We have that to decorate. So we have stuff. I probably won't all be on camera. I'll try to get a few shorts in there maybe for some of the really clean cut easy stuff. But yeah, I think we have some potential writing spaces that we need to create. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining me in this very much random craft and chat, haphazard. This is what I do, right? When I'm not on camera, we just go for it. And this is sort of where things just go and all the different directions it goes in, right? I want to sign this in. I want to do this. Oh, I saw that. Let's decorate that. Oh, let's decorate this and put lace there. And oh, I want to add these guys here. And this is what I do. When I'm not on camera, this is what we do. This is where we go back and forth and figure it out and just lay it out and let the creative juices flow wherever it may take us. This actually came out really cute, guys. I'm like, oh, I'm loving it as a tuck decor for that dictionary page, coffee page we're going to put in there. So it's going to be really cute, I think, when we're all said and done. It's going to have some weight, and we got to add some lace and keep going with it. But hopefully you'll join me on this fun little series. I think I'll make it a series. Why not? We'll make it a grungy... I gotta come up with a word. I'll have to see what word she used for these guys. I know she might have had a beautiful title for these because it's so industrial. It's so industrial. It's so science, tech, 15th century science, something or other. I don't know. It's just very fun, very cool. Great kit. But I will find the journal kit for it. I will put it in the list so that if you want to continue on and work with me within the series, you can print out your own pages and we can just have some fun and create a very silly decorative lookbook that might actually have some writing space when we're all said and done. Wouldn't that be amazing? Not 30 days worth, but a fun little adventure book. So thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you'll like, love, comment. Make sure you hit all the notifications and bells and whistles so you don't miss out when I do get a video up and running. And as you can tell by the preview on this one, when you have that nice vertical rectangle down the side, it is a series piece, and there'll be more videos to come for sure. There's been so many videos for the garden stroll. I really should have that one in the same setup, but who knew? I went and did a lot for the garden stroll and still don't have it done. So that will be later. All right, I've digressed some more, and I love you all very much, and we'll talk real soon. Bye-bye.